Alright. Whee! What up, homies of the interwebs? This is your boy, lugnuts.guapo, coming at you from Maverick, Harley-Davidson. And, I'll be honest, I was kind of dreading this one, but, here we are. FATBOY 2019. And, of course, it's been out for a year. And, yeah, this is definitely, something different. If you like motorcycle content, by the way, go ahead and subscribe right now. Click that subscribe button and that little bell. And yeah, get the notifications of any time that we put anything out. And soon to come, our podcast will be available on YouTube as well. So, ta-ta-ta-ta. Anywho, so yeah, FATBOY. Jeez. It's a big, massive front tire, big, massive rear tire, and the new Sanno Frame, and Milwaukee 8. This should be an interesting one. Anywho, roll the tape. Alright. Ting ting ting. Here we go. Alright. Scare. Alright, so FATBOY. I'll be honest with everybody. FATBOYs have never really been my motorcycle of choice. Never been a fan of the aesthetics. Mainly that. This new one, this big wheels and tires just don't make any sense to me. They kind of look cool. I definitely like the nacelle. The new nacelle is pretty cool. I dig. Now, Milwaukee 8 motor, I've set it up a bajillion times. Freaking awesome. Lots of torque, lots of power. More than you'll ever need. Unless you know, are into hot rodding and whatnot, but other than that, this motor's incredible. So, anywho, one of the things that right off the gate I'm not a fan of is this seat. It has a weird curve to it, and it just feels odd on my buttocks. It's an odd feeling. I'm not digging it. I'm not digging it. The floorboards, they're nice. I mean, they're kind of like those floating floorboards. I think that's what they're called, but they're not nearly as comfortable as like if we're like, say, on a touring bike. But you know, I can live with that. And for some reason, I think it really has to do with the seat. But for some reason, my foot just wants to slide forward, and I think it has to do with the seat. The way that I'm seated, it just makes it my feet like slide forward, which is, I'm about 6 foot, a little under 6 foot maybe. So keep that in mind. If you're about my height, your feet will have like the propensity of go a little bit further than maybe it was intended. The leaning angle, it's about the same as any other soft toe, but how you can lean it is, well, I'll show you here in a little bit. Once I get to the light, I'll try to lean it somewhat hard. And I say hard, you know, not too hard, but just, you know, enough. The suspension is what you expect on a soft toe, pretty good, especially around corners. But then again, with this setup with the wheels and tires, I will say the few times I've tried to like turn it, every time you do that, the bike feels like it wants to come back up. I'm not a fan of that at all. That's just me, personal preference. Tell me what you think. Comment below and let's talk about it. The way that this whole thing is set up, like, it just, to me, it just feels odd how wide the tank is. I mean, it's not like extremely wide, but for some reason it just feels odd. It's like a wedge between my legs. It's weird. I do like this right here. Really nice design. I like some of the design cues on this bike, but man, other than that, it just I don't know what to tell you. Let's see, let's lean this thing. Oy. I'm just so yeah. Listen, this is a great in-town bike. Cruise. It's a good bike. All right? I'm not gonna say it's a bad bike because it isn't. I just can't deal with like the setup. This wheel and tire setup is just not for me. Speed up a little bit. I feel like I have to throw like my whole body into it. It's not. It seems like its preferred. Its preferred spot is just vertically. Like leaning it is not a lot of fun. So I'm gonna change lanes in a curve. Let's see. Staying in the curve, staying in the curve. Yeah, I definitely like. I mean, you do this with a lot of bikes. You like move your butt to the side, push most of your weight to the side. If with this bike, it feels like you like have to do that because it just wants to stand up. So it's just weird. It's just weird. I will say for what it is, it's actually somewhat impressive that just changing the frame and putting those big wheels and tires, how wide they are is what really like that just does this thing a disservice. But the frame somewhat like helps with that, because if you'd have done this on an all soft toe frame, it just no, it just wouldn't be. No, it just wouldn't work. But here we are on the new soft toe frame, and there's no way that would have been that easy on the old soft toe frame. So there's something to be said about that, right? All soft toe frame, there's no way you could have leaned it like that, especially mainly because of the clearance and because of the way that the old suspension was set up was underneath the frame, and it was really kind of like an inverted situation. As opposed to compressing, it would expand in the same situation. So overall, FATBOY, it's a cool looking bike. If it's the one for you, call us here at 972-245-1492 and schedule a test ride, make it yours, and get some wind therapy. I won't be getting much wind therapy on this thing, I'll tell you that. It's just not for me. It just isn't. And that's just my personal opinion. It is a great motorcycle, and we have a lot of people that buy these and love them. They have nothing but praise for this motorcycle. Just for the type of riding that I do, this just feels awkward and weird, and it's just a weird setup. Okay, in theory, if someone to give me the keys to one of them, it was like, here you go, congratulations, you just got a free FATBOY. Well, first I'd probably try to trade it, but if the condition was for me to keep it, seat has to go, most definitely has to go. Push me back, that way my feet are not like way far forward on the control on the floorboards, and my butt I would say just further back, which is all around good. I'd probably change. Well, I could live with these bars. These bars are not. They're a good setup, and maybe it would change the wheels and tires. That would be expensive though, to make it to where it would fit what I need. But anywho, that's just me. If you haven't already, go ahead and follow us on Instagram. That is Mav Harley, and on Facebook at Maverick Harley-Davidson. Again, click that subscribe button so you can get more notifications for anytime we get a video out. And yeah, check us out on SoundCloud for our podcast. That's soundcloud.com/ML-HD. And then we have MLHD on iTunes. So yeah, check that out. So anywho, tight. In the meantime, get on your Harley and get some wind therapy. Later. Ding.